Paul Ryan from OptimalBody.ca. In this video, I'm going to go through some exercises to help strengthen the shoulder in case you're having a little bit of shoulder pain. For each of these exercises, you can perform them anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, doing 1 to 2 sets. The more frequently you perform this routine, the more benefit you're going to get. You can do it anywhere from working in 2 or 3 times a week into your regular routine up to every day. I'm going to show you how to roll out your shoulder blades. So with this, you're going to take a foam roller, you're going to put it underneath your back, right along one of your shoulder blades. You can almost give yourself a bit of a hug, and then you're going to lift your hips up off the ground and just push with your feet and your legs, moving back and forth all through the shoulder blade. You can go through the side, right on the back, and what you're doing is looking for any sensitive spots. If you find a sensitive spot, roll back and forth on that. Doesn't have to be killing you where you're in excruciating pain. You're just trying to increase blood flow to that area a little bit. So just a little bit of sensitivity is fine. If you find that it's too sensitive, what you can do is put your hips onto the ground. It takes a little bit of the weight off the roller and you can roll back and forth. It'll be a little bit harder to roll back and forth, but you'll have less weight on the roller, so there'll be less sensitivity. The sleeper stretch. So this is to help stretch out the shoulder. What you can do with this exercise is lie on your side, and you want to have your arm at about 90 degrees. And then you're going to pull your shoulder blades gently together a little bit. This will pull your arm underneath your body. Then grab your forearm, not your hand, but your actual forearm, and rotate down until you get a stretch through the back of the shoulder. There should be no pain or discomfort with this, just a stretch. Things to watch for, people commonly make mistakes. They'll go to rotate the arm down, but the upper arm will go with it. You want to make sure you keep that arm at about perpendicular or a 90-degree angle, like an L, as you go down into the stretch. If you find your neck is cramping up, you can put pillows underneath your head so you can rest your head on those. The Cobra. So I'm going to show you 2 different versions of this. First, a bent over version, and then a version on the ground that's a little bit more of a progression. So for the bent over position, the first thing you want to do is get into what we call short stop position. So hands on the knees, and I want you to think about sticking your butt back away from you and your chest out towards the ground. So as you can see, my back gets its natural normal curves and flattens out, so it's not rounded like this. So again, you're sticking the butt back, then chest out. The cue I always give clients is, pretend like you're a meathead at the beach, really puff your chest out, and that'll help get the right curves we want in the back. Once you're in that position, you want to bring the hands off the knees and then pull the shoulder blades together. And you're holding that position. And while you're here in this position, you focus on squeezing shoulder blades together like they're pulling back together. Commonly, what mistakes people will make, a lot of the times when they pull back, they'll have their head and neck up like this. A cue that helps people is to think about giving yourself a double chin. So you're tucking your chin down and in, or looking at your toes as you do that. That'll help keep the neck in line. Other mistakes, people will commonly push their arms way back. So you see how my arms have this angle on them. Instead of pushing the arms back, focus on shoulder blades pulling the chest open. So you see how my arms aren't very far past the back of my body, as opposed to driving them back like this. We don't want that. We want just shoulder blades together. You want to make sure you're getting all the fatigue through the middle and upper back with that exercise. Commonly, it will go to the back of the arms. If you're getting it in the back of the arms, it usually means you're pushing those arms up like I was talking about and driving your elbows straight. So think about relaxing the arms, maybe even bend the elbows a little bit and pull the shoulder blades together. Once you've built up being able to hold that for 60 seconds and doing 2 or 3 sets in a row, keeping it through the middle and upper back, you can progress to doing the same thing from the floor. So in this version, you're going to lift the chest off the ground a little bit and pull the shoulder blades together making sure the hands are rotated away from you. Again, you don't want to crank the arms up. You want to keep them in line with the body, pulling the shoulder blades together. And you again want to make sure your neck's not up like this. Tuck the chin down and in, looking at the ground straight below you. This exercise is going to help to strengthen a lot of those postural muscles in your middle and upper back if you're getting into the right position. First, I'm going to show you how to do this in a standing vertical position. And then once you perfect that, you can move down and progress to being bent over. What you want to do is stand up tall with your pinky fingers together. And then you're going to go straight back, pretending like if you're a cheerleader, making a letter T with your body, squeezing the shoulder blades together, trying to keep the thumbs pointing at the wall behind you. Then back in front again, then going back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and back in front. I'll show you this from behind so you can see the motion of the shoulder blades as I'm going. Common mistakes that we see is people shrugging their shoulders up towards their ears, like they're saying, I don't know. If you're getting that shrugging motion, think about pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Another common mistake that a lot of people make is their head poking forward. So as they pull the shoulder blades back, the head pops forward. Try to pretend like you're balancing a glass of water on top of your head as you pull the shoulder blades back. As you're doing this exercise, you should feel it all through the middle and upper back, again, strengthening those postural muscles. Before progressing this exercise, you should make sure you can do it so that you're getting contraction and a bit of fatigue through the middle and upper back. Once you're at that point, what you can do is get down into what we call the short stop position, so hands on the knees. I want you to stick your butt back, chest out, which will get the normal curves into your back. You're going to put your pinky fingers together and you're going to go through the exact same motion, squeezing the shoulder blades together. All the exact same cues or mistakes apply to this version as well. Making sure the head's not poking forward, making sure you're not pushing the arms back. Instead, it's the shoulder blades pulling back each time. And really make sure you're keeping the curves in your back and your spine. So you're not getting into this position or this position. Really try to stick chest out, butt back, having the nice curves in your back as you go.